All right. Sorry, let me get my grips about me. I think we all know why we're here. Sorry, my camera's over here today. Okay. So, earlier today, there was a bet that was made between Pale and myself. I apologize. I'm sweaty. I just got back from the gym. The loser of our series had to shave their beard. I lost. So, I've got my clippers here. I don't think any of you have actually seen me without a beard. Maybe a select few. Chew therapy being maybe like the only guy. So, shout out to Pale and his crew. You guys played a hell of a series. It was tight all the way through. So yeah, per Pale, if I recorded this, I would get to keep the mustache, which I'm gonna do. I'll probably rock it for a while because I gotta wait for my beard to grow back. So mother of fuck. So without further ado, I'm just gonna fucking do it. I've got like a little setup here. So shit. That was the kicker. I had to record it. Hold on a sec. I gotta take my butts out because otherwise this is not gonna work. But I don't know if you guys can hear me without them, so I'm gonna try and work around it here. Well, we'll do it like this. Fuck. All right, man. This is brutal. Here it goes. Oh, yep. There it is. There it goes. Sorry, this is a lot harder to do. Hold on, we don't want to mess the mustache up. We want to work around that. Oh god, you're already seeing it. And I'm sorry, as you can see, sweating a lot. I did just get back from the gym. I'm sure Legion's gonna love this video, by the way. I am gonna be careful around the mustache because, as I said, I want to keep it. I'm literally doing this off of my iPad, so I'm gonna clean it up later. America. Hold on one sec. Because literally, I've got hair everywhere. And again, I'm gonna do the bit. I can leave the sideburns too. I don't know if they're even, but yeah. So I'm gonna clean this up. We're gonna go, full blown shave. Fuck. Hold on one sec. So as you can see, yeah, I got the Dusty Muzz. Like I said, I'm gonna rock it. Pale gave me the okay. So shout out to Pale. I apologize for the sweat. I'm gonna go catch my shower, clean some of this mess up. I look like I could be a police officer. Yeah, that's all I got. So on that note, I'm out. Thank you all. It looks awful. It really does. It's like awful. Oh, by the way, I do have hair. Because you guys always say, oh, you're always wearing a hat. No, I got hair. I swear. So yeah, we're going to clean it up, man. Shout out to Pale, all of his crew. I am a man of my word. I said if I lost, I would do it. Here I am, shaving it off, sweating profusely. I'm sure you guys all get a kick out of this. I'm sure Ryan will pull shit from this video at some point, and my head will be fucking a goat or something or other. So, here it is. Moustache, beard is gone. I'll debut it, the look on Thursday Throwdown, but this is just a video of me shaving it off in the cave, man. I got shit all over my hands. I'm gonna go catch a shower. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
All right, Dales. We're live, man.
Are we live?
We're live.
God, man. It brings me back. Season 3 feels so long ago. I was probably about 30 pounds heavier, too, at that point. So that was nice to see. Disgusting. And that mustache, though, man. What do you think, Cortez? Maybe we could do that. Let's just rock mustaches for a little bit.
Just rock mustaches, man? Jesus,
I think we could do it. You know, we already look alike, man. So, like, we have to match.
I just got done telling you I haven't shaved this thing off in forever.
Listen,
you're telling me to do this?
Thing. Well, no, I know we were just talking about it, but it's like, you know, but I'm a man of my word.
I'd give it a go.
Like it would have been very easy for me to not own up to that, right? Yeah. But you know what? I channeled my inner Ron Jeremy. I got after it. I shaved it. I rocked the mustache. I had some sideburns for a bit. It was miserable. But anyways, that was season 3. That's commitment to the league, man, because we love what we're doing here at 239. If you lose a bet, you pay the bet. That's how it works. Anyways, hello and welcome to another edition of the Thursday Throwdown. As always, I'm your host, X to the D to the A to the L to the Y. I don't have anybody to yell at today, so that's nice. It'd be nice.
We can always find someone to yell at.
We'll figure it out. It's just a thing. Anyways, we're here, man. Got 2 weeks left in the season. Most teams have about 12 games, 4 series, 5 series, give or take. Shit's getting crazy. Walker, Texas Danglers have come out of nowhere. They find themselves up there. So that's kind of exciting. We're going to talk about them. Ski Mask Glove and Falling from Grace. We're going to talk about them as well. But before we get into that, Cortez, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Glad that you and I make it to our show. I put Ability and Agent on here because Agent said he'd be here tonight. And like always, he'll probably be late. For no reason at all. Ability we haven't heard from. I just kind of assumed he'd be here. He normally is on. Pale's working until 10. Dolly can't be here. He's got something going on. And it just looks like it's you and I for right now.
But Cortez, that's all we need, man.
I didn't even see it until I clicked back on your face.
I got to put bubbles in this thing, man.
Why haven't you done it yet? Did you buy any bubbles yet?
People hate that dance that I do. They hate it. Like I got a lot of messages after the last show, like because I did that. They hate it. Fucking hate it. But you know what? Whatever. Keep doing it. So we're here, man. It's me and Cortez. We are. Listen, Donnie's Diner. We're gonna talk about the diner tonight too, man. It's getting awfully close to being closed for business. So Cortez and I, despite always chirping the masses about this, are going to be dipping out earlier tonight. We're gonna do about an hour show tonight. Normally we do the hour and a half. Kindly go fuck yourselves because we're trying to make playoffs. It's got to be a thing. So let's start out, man. Because, you know, again, there's a lot of things happening right now, and the playoff race is obviously the biggest thing. By the way, the Justin Turner gif for Pale Poner had me in literal tears. Your gift game is not quite as strong as mine, but it is definitely grade A. Like, it's good, right? It's good. So I want to give you some due on that.
Listen, but no matter what, your GIF games got me beat because you found an actual GIF of a guy doing this
the whole
time.
I know. It's like it's just weird how you stumble upon it and then like you save.
What'd you type in for that?
I don't even remember, man. You know, I have like a folder on my computer of funny gifts.
Saved already.
I save them. Yeah. And
okay.
Like, you never know like when it's gonna arise where I have to make a Washington Capitals tiny wiener reference, and when that happens, I just got to be ready for it.
You just got a folder on your computer about.
Yeah. Like I have like, oh, this is a Cortez gif, and it's just like a bunch of dudes like doing this for a little wiener or whatever. That's how I get by. Anyways, man. Okay, so some interesting things are starting to happen. Cutie Patooties with the hot booties. That was a team that was really on the cusp, kind of looking in. They've moved themselves into fifth spot. They have literally 6 games in hand.
Your webcam just cut out.
Am I back on?
You're back now. There you go. Oh, there's Mr. Agent X 007.
Bergie.
Hey, friends.
Show, how you doing?
I'm good. No excuse. I was grilling again, but I finished this time before I was in the middle of the show.
Bud, you grill every fucking Thursday. You have one priority.
Hey,
priority is here on this show.
You can't get past a good smoked pork chop, okay? I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay.
Listen, I had hibachi today. I think that can top it.
Yeah, man, I get the Snapchats from Cortez.
Make grubs good.
He was getting after some hibachi today.
Oh
It looked good, man.
So good.
I need to get Cortez on Snapchat.
Yeah,
I'll add you. I don't mind.
Cortez does post a lot on Snap. He's there, man. Okay.
He's there.
So what we're talking about, Cutie Patooties with the hot booties, they finally got their games up here. Okay, so they're kind of sitting right now, currently, they're sitting at 37 points, 24 games, man. They've got literally 6 series left. They control their own fate at this point. To me, they're a lock in. These are the teams I want to start to talk about here. Not Kane Centrals is another one. They're in the 8th seed right now, tied with 31 points. There's games in hand to be had here. We're going to avoid them. Let's start with the 9-inch males. 9-inch males right now currently are 14, 11, and 5. They currently hold the 6th seed, which they'll probably get passed up in the next series once Kane Centrals plays and gets caught up. They probably won't be in that spot anymore. That team is captained by none other fucking esoteric. You know what, man? Like, it's weird. Like, this guy is like, it's just like saying his name. I had a conversation with this. He's the worst. He's literally the worst. I had a conversation with this guy today. He believes everything he says. Like, even if it's the most ridiculous thing in the world, he believes everything that he spews out of his mouth. Robert Lang, you are literally the worst human being on planet Earth, and all you do is talk stupid shit out of your dick liquor, and I hate it.
50% of the time, he's talking shit every time.
But somehow he's like one of my best friends. I hate it. Anyways, man. This is a team we got to see the other night on the diner. Very, very good defensively, but they can't score. That was proven again last night. I think they scored 1 or 2 goals in their series. Legion was apparently a rock. I want to send this around the horn, and it's going to be a simple question with analysis. Is this team a team that gets into the playoffs or not? Because it's realistically at this point, it's 6 teams vying for 2 spots. Because to me, the top 6 are gonna be there. So you have 6 teams fighting for 2 spots. Are the 9-inch males, which are using Luka on defense now. They got Hockey Mike up front. The D pair is really good. The goaltending's good with the line back there. That kid is a fucking monster. And by the way, if you've never talked to Lime, he is like one of the coolest dudes ever. He is an ex-Daily guy forever. I never even really talked to him in a party, but I love that kid. He is fantastic. I love him more than Cosmic, and I love him more than Jelly. Sorry, little fuckheads, but it's just a thing. So, with that said, Fergie,
Cosmic's just going to eat that up. Go ahead.
I'll get.
Yeah,
listen, man. If Cosmic wasn't 17, he could. I was going to say some stupid shit, but I didn't. Fergie, listen. 9-inch males, and by the way, there is not one person on that team with a 9-inch dick. Is this the team that you see making the playoffs, or you just don't think it's going to happen?
Man, you said it right. They do control their own destiny in a way. I wish I knew who their upcoming games were against. I think that would help me with my analysis, depending on what their strength of schedule is, who they have left to play or not. That would be a big portion of it, I would say. But the team as itself, I think that they should be making playoffs. But, I mean, obviously they played themselves into a bubble spot as of right now. I think it's going to be a tough call. I think I maybe see them slipping just a point out of the playoffs, honestly. But, again, I'm talking just off a schedule that I don't fully know. So if somebody has it, I would be more than willing to listen to that.
I want to turn this down, man. I'm getting like mad Brett. Can you still hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were getting echo off your whatever you're using.
Terrorist.
I wasn't getting any.
You guys still hear me or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm making
Mess.
some tweaks. I'm getting like background. I'm getting background. You know.
Mess.
Fucking Cortez freaking out as always. So the thing about this, and it's and it's nobody's fault. I'm trying to pull up the schedule for the next couple weeks because I want to see who these teams are playing, and I'm going to be more prepared moving forward.
Are they reschedules in there too, or?
Well, here's the thing. So everybody with the format, I think everybody plays. It's 42 games. Everyone plays 42 games this year. Right now, most teams, as it sits, are at 30. So Esso and the boys have 4 more series left in the season, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. But Cortez, while I pull up the schedule for the next couple weeks,
yeah,
who do you see getting in, or do you see the 9-inch males getting in? Do you see them not getting in, and what are your reasons behind it?
So I think you said it perfectly. I think the team is great defensively. I think scoring is their problem. Listen, I'm a guy that's similar to you. I'm always a guy that openly admits, like, when we play bad, if we're doing something wrong, if it's on us. these were some bad goals. Like they bounce off Mac and go in 5-hole from directly in front of him. Stuff like none were really good goals. And that's not like just us. I'm assuming that's another series too. And if they weren't really scoring last night as well, of course, scoring seems to be a problem with their team. I mean, if Luka could stay in for a whole game, that'd be great as well. I mean,
so fucking tight, dude. Oh my god.
Well, so the thing is that they have a good enough team. They can do it. They just need to get that scoring going because they have a great goalie in net with Lime. You've got Esso, you've got Chu, you've got Luka. Hockey Mike's doing well too. You've got that whole team. They can easily make it. But with the way they're playing, EA doesn't go their way for a night or something similar to that. It could be an easy bounce out, just like what Agent said. It could just miss it by a point or two.
Right. I mean, I think it's going to come down to one series that maybe they have a fuck up or these drops from Luka come back to really haunt them, and I think that might be the demise.
Well, here's another thing too to kind of add on to this as well. They play their first series next week is versus non-Kane, so they got non-Kane Centrals right off the jump next week, which is a really really tough series for them.
Especially against a very defensive team.
Correct. And so that's kind of a really tough series, not just for them, but for non-Kane Centrals as well, who does have games in hand on a lot of these teams battling right now. So there's a lot of different factors that come in. Ultimately, I feel that 9-inch males were strong enough during the early part of the regular season to get in. When you look at it, Ski Mask Lovin', we're going to talk about them in a second. Tide Pod Buffet is only 2 points behind them. Muffin Men are 3 points behind them. Walker Texas Danglers are 5 points, and the Diner of Donnie is 7. So really, they control their own fate, even at 14 and 15, 16, which they actually are. I mean, all of these teams that we're talking about are either 500, around 500, or actually under 500. So this is a testament to parity in the league. I mean, really, there's only 2 teams that aren't in contention right now for this. So it's kind of crazy to see, maybe 3 if you count Read the Bio, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. But they're in for me. It seems like you guys are kind of in the same. We all agree that they really control their own fate.
Yes.
And at this point, it's going to be dependent on, if they can put the puck in the net. This team reminds me a lot of Season 4, boys team that I had that ultimately won the cup. But we got hot offensively at the right time, and that was heading into the playoffs. The next team that we got here
No, you never picked. Are they in or out?
He said it.
They're in.
You did.
They're in for me.
Okay.
They're in for me, even with a couple tough series. Here's the thing. They're in as long as they take points from non-Kane Centrals. If they can't take points in that series, man, it's going to be really, really rough for them. So, because then at that point, they don't control their own fate. I already have Kane Centrals getting in based on holding that series. But here's the thing. If 9-inch male sweeps Kane Centrals, if that happens, all of a sudden 9-inch males is definitely in. And Kane Centrals has put themselves even with the pack because they have 31 points in 27 games. So all of a sudden, they're 30 games played, 31 points, and everybody is then separated by no less than 5 points. Very, very, very tight, very, very, very crazy. So it'll be interesting what happens with that. Let's move to Ski Mask Lovin' here. This is Yambag's team. And by the way, Yambag, you played a series yesterday in which you actually won, and your stats aren't in. Why your stats aren't in is because you're a piece of shit. You are the one who always says, "Oh man, I'm gonna do it on my lunch." Well, fuck your lunch.
Say it, Agent. Say it, buddy. Say it, Mark.
And I can't come on the show.
He's a complete
mess. Colleague of mine. You were an admin with me, and I see Esso, who got drummed last night by Legion, emo as fuck, ready to quit on life, and he did his stats. And you, who want to say you can't get him in. Thanks for your contribution to media, Ballbag. I appreciate you. Moving on to his fucking team anyway. What?
Well put. That's what I said.
I mean, fuck, man.
Mark's a +1. Mark's a +1.
I'm a definite +1.
I mean, it's just like
that's what I was doing down here on my webcam. I'm like
I know what you were doing.
+1.
Anytime I can get you
listen.
it's
I
always
come
worth
every
it.
week. Every week I come on the show. Every week. I'm always yelling about something. I didn't want to do it today, but as I'm
Yam
going
didn't
through
win,
the
by the
schedule,
way. They lost.
well, here's the thing. So really,
you wouldn't know because the stats, though.
The stats are
right.
in.
Good point.
The boys, dude, we got to reassess because I think they got swept last night. So Esso and the boys have 33 points with 33 games played. So maybe they're not in.
Wait. I thought. Who played? Was it Ski Mask versus 9 Inch last night?
It was Ski Mask versus 9 Inch.
Yeah, 9 Inch won the series.
Did they?
There's a write-up.
Yeah, I think so. I thought so.
No, because I could have sworn Esla told me Legion had 2 shutouts last night.
Let me check. Keep going, though. Keep going.
No, because I'm fucked up now because that changes everything. Because if they have 33 games, 33 points, that changes the whole game.
Ski Mask, Love, and show what a real 9 Inches feel like from True Therapy. Today.
Okay. So they did win the series. What the fuck was
Mass
SL about?
confusion.
Dude, I wish I could send
Is Legion on his team?
No. I wish I could send you the text messages he was sending me last night.
Well, either way, SO and them took 4 points, Sober said. Or somebody said.
Oh my god, man. Get your fucking
got 2
stats in.
Lion
Get
got
your
2
fucking stats in. This is the fucking reason.
Who are you? Wait. Rewind. Who are you yelling at right now?
Just in general, because it's so fucking aggravating. Get your stats in.
What's funny is he does it on the Throwdown. If you were in our team party, man, this is me the entire time about myself, man. It's a mess.
Oh, dude.
You guys tune in this show every week because you want the best content out there. That's what we are trying to provide. But when you don't do your fucking stats, like people are like, oh, what the fuck does the stats mean? You got Murph over in the corner fucking playing with himself like, oh, you're a good captain if you do your fucking stats. Yes, you are. Because it helps us to bring the best
Speaking of Murph,
there is.
Drug ass for the shutout here. Cosmic did beat Murph in a best of 3, and Murph quit out of the second game before it was even over. So
what a mess!
Cosmic's really good. He's really good. He's good at NHL. And fucking Murph. I don't know, Murph.
For the record, I did beat Cosmic in a game once.
I don't know where you get it, man. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what the fuck happened. But something happened. I hope you figure it out. I hope you figure it out, and I hope you go back to being...
Hey, game 1 of Ski Mask and 9 Inch was 5-0 Yam. Second game was 1-0 overtime for 9 Inch. And game 3 was 3-0 for SO.
So there was literally 3 shutouts. So so we're good now, guys. I'm sorry about the rant, but it's really ignorant to me. Like when I think about it, like we're just trying to put out a good product, man. We're trying to put out a good show, and we can't do that when the stats aren't up to date. So yes, it's always a focus. Call us what you will. But that's why, man. That's why. And I got fucking Ballbag, who's supposed to be my guy. He's supposed to be my number, like him and I working together, and he can't even get his fucking stats in. And I got fucking Cosmic Fade shitting on Murph and versus, shout out to Drug Monkey. Drug Monkey thinks I suck at fucking everything. So you know what, man? I still love him because
he's not wrong.
Anyways, yeah, I'm over it, man. I'm done. I'm fucking done. So here's the bit. So let's go to Ski Mask Lovin'. So Ski Mask Lovin' takes 1 game last night, correct?
Yes.
So Ski Mask Lovin', so they are, and one of those was an overtime loss?
Yes.
So Ski Mask Lovin' is now 16, 15, and 2. They have 34 points with 33 games played. Now, 9 Inch Males, 33 games played, 37 points.
Oh,
no, 37. They took 4 last night.
Oh, I thought they had. I read the wrong team.
No, it's not your fault because the stats aren't done.
No, I read the wrong team. I thought it was 31. Yeah,
I'm not going to penalize you for not being able to math. You should not have.
No, I read that. I thought 9 Inch Males had 31 points.
Listen,
so I guess.
Come on, we're the stats guys. We need to know how to do math.
Being able to math.
You know what? I can't do this. I can't.
I'm with you.
I can't do it, Brian. I can't do it.
So now Ski Mask Lovin'. Ski Mask Lovin' is now... I'm so emo on the inside right now. Like I'm here. I'm heated. I'm like Kyle Fernberg mad right now. So I have 37 points for Essel and the boys. To me, that makes them almost a shoo-in. Like I feel like they really.
What's up from the 5th, 6th?
Yeah, that moves them up. I mean, Cutie Patooties has game, but it really solidifies them in that 6 hole with 37.
I think you're right.
Really in there, really in there. Like not 9 inches in there, but they're in there. So that brings us to Ski Mask 11. So they've got 33 points in 33 games. Okay, so at this point, they don't control their own fate. Non-Kane Centrals is hanging right behind them with 31. That series next week on Monday between Kane Centrals and the 9 Inch Males is huge at this point. It's absolutely enormous because if 9 Inch Males can get the sweep Non-Cane Centrals becomes literally even with the pack with everybody else, and their games in hand no longer play a factor. Yeah. But if Non-Cane goes out and gets a series win, they're basically in. So now you have Ski Mask Lovin', who's fighting for their playoff lives. They're another team who can't score. This team is being backboned on offense by Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie has never had to be the guy. Revelations, who started out really hot, has seemed to have lost his way. Both guys are averaging under 2 points per game, and these are your focuses on offense. You got Marty McFly, who's played 12 games with the team. He's averaging a little under 2 points as well. This team is scoring a little under around 2 goals per game. Defensively, they're not getting much contribution there. Shotgun has been solid, almost 80 save percentage, 2.75 goals against average. I asked the question to you, Mr. Ferguson, Ski Mask Loving with the roster as is this a team that can really lock up the 8th seed, or do you see them missing?
I don't think they're in a miss because they're not jiving at the right time. I think they're falling right now. I mean, the way they came out hot, if I remember right, they were playing really, really good to start out the season. I mean, I don't think they're like a complete, no, not a fucking chance by any means, but I think they're really, really going to have to work to make those last couple spots. They don't seem like they're playing at their top tier of their game that they're capable of, and it's the wrong time of year to be doing that. They should be complete opposite, should be grooving, and should be, easy call for us. But really, it seems like the team has been struggling as of late. From what I remember, I don't have any of the stats or anything in front of me last few games played, but from what I remember, that's the way it looks, and I do see them falling out.
Hey, Chad, please respond to me. Let me know. Am I out of line here? Someone's saying that I'm out of line. I don't think I'm out of fucking line. But if I'm out of line, let me know, man. I'm over the stats bit. It takes 5 minutes, literally. Cortez, when you look at Ski Mask Lovin' roster, basically, dude, you got 4 teams fighting for 1 spot right now. This is crazy. Do you see them making it in?
2 things. If Legion did play in that 9-inch mail series, why didn't Shotgun play? Second thing is, Marty McFly is not a Cortez EA guy. I'm not a Marty McFly guy. I don't think this team has what it takes to continue to go. The first day we got BBX into our lineup, we stomped all over them all 3 games, swept the series, and we're a team with inconsistencies. And I feel since the beginning of the season they were up there, and now they're just continuously dropping every series. And I guess the 9-inch males team, you lose 5-0 in a game to the 9-inch males. Something's going on defensively. Offense isn't scoring. Goaltending isn't there for that, possibly. I don't know. Maybe the pieces aren't there, but I don't think the team stays in. So I'm calling out.
So Non-Cane Centrals, man, we talked about them a little bit. Team is much improved. They made some big trades. To me, they're in. And again, this really is Donnie's Diner, Walker Texas Danglers, Muffin Men, and Non-Cane Centrals fighting for that last spot, which is crazy because I feel like a couple of those teams are going to end up over 500 and not going to make the playoffs. But it starts tonight, and this is a huge series when it comes to the standings. This is actually probably the season for both these teams I'm about to mention. You got Tide Pod Buffet, 14, 13, and 3, taking on Donnie's Diner tonight. Donnie's Diner is 12, 16, and 2. This is a huge series, man, because if either one of these teams gets swept tonight, it's over. There's no coming back. Even if you win 9 in a row, man, it's no coming back tonight. So sweeps cannot happen, especially not tonight. But these teams are going to go to war tonight, and Tide Pod has literally 6 points in hand on Donnie's Diner. So me and Cortez are obviously invested in this, man. We got to get it done tonight. But Fergie, you look at the Tide Pod Buffet roster, and you have Hockey Town up the middle, and you have Thamps on the wing. He goes out and makes a trade, and he trades Odd Guy. He gets back Tompkins. He gets back Holtby, who's really struggled in net, and as you guys know, had his crazy little freak out on Brian's team. Is this a team that can get it done, and did this trade actually make them stronger? He moves Odd. I can tell you from experience, Tompkins is a lefty. He's not as much a righty. You have Pounders as well, who may have to fill in here. Is Holtby gonna? I'm really confused on the roster. I liked his team before more than I do now. But do you think that this is a team that can make the playoffs here?
Yeah, he's got Tompkins playing right D, according to last night, anyways. And I don't think the trade hurt his team, but I don't think it really helped his team. I think it helped in other areas and hurt in other areas, I guess would be the simplest way for me to put it. We ended up matching up against him last night. We were trying a new lineup. We're kind of going for broke with our team. this last few series. So we're trying a new lineup and matched up against them after they must have finished their series. I think we played a 3-1 game or 4-1 game, something like that. It was close, but they were a pretty solid defensive team still anyways. So I don't think they're going to be out of the race. I just think they're going to have to pick up their offense somewhere. I know Thamps likes to have the puck, and he's a good winger. He's good, but I think he needs somebody else to help him on that forward line. And he has the people that do it, but who's going to step up? I think he needs another option other than him. There needs to be somebody else that steps up to give him the 1T opportunity, somebody else that steps up to skate and to finish a play on their own. Without that, I think that team is going to be in some serious trouble.
Now, Cortez, you look at the roster. Obviously, you're invested interest in the game tonight, but when you look at that roster and look at the construction of that roster, do you think that trade made them stronger, or do you think they got weaker?
Who did they have in net before?
They had Middlegarin in net, and now they have Holtby.
See, they upgraded in net, but they downgraded in defense because they put Tompkins out of place, I think. That's how I look at it. Tompkins is a good D-man, but he's not a right D.
Well, so I think Kayla has gotten so much better in the last few seasons that I think she's a great defenseman, whatever stuff I need to say.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's gotten great at that. I think Tompkins, he's going to be a little out of his normality there. But here's the thing. We have the goalie in net who, I'll give him a little bit of his due, that last season was the Vezina winner. And he's having a very rough go this season, but all it takes is one series to get his groove back. And I mean, again, though, you got Thamps up front. Thamps is a great forward. Hockey Town, great 200-foot player. Viper, a guy that is undervalued. They have the forward lineup to do it, and like you said, they kind of need that one guy to step up. They need Holtby and net to actually be the goaltender he can be, and then as long as Kayla can play her game on the back end, Tompkins can focus a little bit more on himself individually and probably get better on that right side. So they have the team to stay in that playoff race, but they have to hope that the other teams that they're going to play, including Donnie Steiner, doesn't have their whole game together on all 6 spots of the ice ready to go.
I guess the biggest thing for me is I liked this team a lot more because before it actually made more sense. I hadn't seen Middle in net a ton, but when I did see him, the defense was so strong that he didn't have to be great. He didn't have to be extraordinary. He just had to be fine. He just had to keep the pucks that aren't supposed to go in out, the easy ones. And he was doing just that. You don't have a true right D now. You have 3 lefties on your team because Pounders, Mr. Lee Barousse, shout out to Barousse, or to Lee, shout out to my guy. I will never shout out Barousse, that fucking dude.
Your favorite guy?
Fuck that mutt. Well, if there was a definition of mutt, it would be his fucking, I hate that guy. I don't hate a lot of people, by the way, just him. Anyways, you look at that team, you got Rev Hellcat, who I agree with Cortez. She's come such a long way with her game. She is getting quicker with the puck. I still think that is a problem area, but from what I saw, she's getting a lot better with that. Defensively, she's been really, really solid. Her and I, when I've gone against her, it's been a chess match, trying to get her in, trying to beat her in, trying to beat her out. She gets it. She gets it a lot more now. She's really solidified her back end game. I truly mean that. This isn't a pump tire session, but she's gotten a lot better. Tompkins, who's got a really bad rap over the last 2 seasons. Listen, this guy was on my team in season 5. He can play, but he is a lefty. He's not righty. He's just not. He's a lefty, and now Thamps has got him playing offhand. So I think that's going to – and I've seen it firsthand. That's why I'm saying this could be problematic. And Pounders is a lefty. So you've got 3 lefties, and, who's going to play right D? Obviously, it's Tompkins. Holtby and net, he's going to have to be better. Now, the forwards do come back. They play good D. Viper plays good D. Wizzy War was a big part of this. I felt he was really good. The lefty shot on that side, maybe that's why Thamps had to make a move. Thamps and Russ are capable of holding the offense, but Russ is so defensively responsible, it's sometimes hard for him to get into the plays, and I get that mindset because he's playing that 200-foot game. I just like the team construction a lot better before. I think Thamps lost on the deal. I know the idea of it. Holtby greater than Middle. I get that ideal. But I liked Odd Guy and Kayla. I thought they were a really tough layer for forward and offense to get through. And again, these guys can prove me wrong. We play them tonight. Here I am saying, I like the team better, and we get shit stomped tonight. But it's a big series for both teams.
Yeah. That's the dangers of doing media right there.
Here's the thing, man. This is what happens when we're out here doing media, man. Sometimes, you fucking put the human jinx on it. You just got to try and prevail. But it's a big series tonight for both teams because if one of these teams gets swept tonight, man, all of a sudden that 31-point level playing field, 33 games, it's crazy, So both teams need it. I mean, points are the key right now. And no, if you get swept, you're done. Like, forget it. So, shout out to them tonight. We're hoping it's a tough series, but
that'll be 10 o'clock on my stream if anybody wants to watch it.
How's the series gonna go, boys?
Hopefully, we're hearing a lot of this tonight.
Well, so here, you know what, Agent? So that can kind of transition to the next thing here, because I'm sure we're all kind of done talking about it. It's to do with the diner closing. Okay, we'll go with that topic. I think a big thing, and I think Daly can agree to this. We haven't had this conversation yet, but I'm pretty sure he'd agree. The thing is about Donnie's Diner, we're not a bad team. We have a great offensive unit, we have a great defensive unit, we have a great goalie. I think our problem as a team is we play to the level of what our opponents are. So when we played the Peninsula Pirates, I think they're third in the league. We ended up winning the series 2-1, and it was an easy series win. I mean, and I'm not rashing on the team. D-Mark came in the party and said it himself, and that's no rash to the team because I like the guys there. And that was before the trade he made. And then we play like a team. I think the beginning of our season really hindered us too, because our offense wasn't working too well and things just weren't working well. Trades come, team plays better, but then we played at a level of every team. Like we played your team, Agent, and we played how your team plays. And instead of us playing our own game, we adjust to the other team, and then like we for some reason either lesser our play or make our play better. And I think that's just the biggest thing with our team is just the inconsistencies of what our offense is doing or our defense is doing or whatever it may be. Dale, so you obviously can have your own little spiel on it, but
yeah, no, I think you hit a really good word, and I think it's inconsistent. Inconsistent, and I'll call it closing. The team offensively can go out and score 7 goals at will. Look at Non-Cane Central's 3-2 game, 2-1 game, 7-1 diner. It's inconsistent. Team's actually really good at adjusting. Talking about adjustments, something that it's good at, but closing games. I can't even tell you how many games we were winning or up late.
And in the last few minutes, we just go to shit.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's gripping too tight on the sticks, or not closing up defensively, or not focusing on the right things, whether it be points or whatever. But it's just closing those games. I think Donnie's Diner should have a very different record than what it is, but unfortunately they don't. They're fighting for their lives tonight. So this is a big series. This is the Diner season tonight. Anything less than 5 points really hurts them. Really hurts them tonight. Fergie looks like he bounced out there. I was going to ask.
No, I'm here. I'm getting the charger.
No, you're good, man, because you're not prepared for the show.
Thank you for at least joining us, though.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I knew he was going to roast you. I was going to say, I knew he was going to roast you, but I'm just happy that at least somebody else on this show shows up. Other than
we don't even know if abilities.
This is a record. This is like 4 weeks in a row.
I know. You're killing it. You're killing it. The guy's got 2 jobs. He's getting on here every week. I don't even know if ability's alive.
Dude, the Blue Jays are happy to have a player like you. Let me say that.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I even made it.
That's in the past, man.
That we were cutting the show early tonight. Like I even made that known. But what do you think, man? When you look at the Diner, do you think it's a team if they go on a run now? The last 2 series. Now, a couple of weeks ago, if we had told you that they were playing Walker, Texas Danglers, you would have assumed 6 points. That's no longer the case. They do play Kinky's team, which is obviously in shambles, but they also play Cutie Patooties with the Hot Booties, and that's going to be a really tough series for them as well. So they're up against it here as far as the grind these last 12 games.
AKA the Diner. You got to throw that
for the Diner. But Fergie, do you think that Mac North and his first season captain can get these guys on the right track? And do you think that they can grind and try and make it in the playoffs here?
I think you guys have a tough schedule. And again, it's the same as I think all these teams that we're talking about is it's kind of in your own hands. I think your schedule is not going to help you very much, but the way it looks to me, I think you guys have to sweep tonight. In my own opinion, I think you guys have to sweep tonight to give yourself a chance, because I don't think you're going to get enough points from maybe one of the other series that you need them from. That's the way that I look at it.
Tomahawk is saying they're done too little too late, just like too little too late to hold that short side. Anyway, back to Dylan.
Listen, man, shout out for noticing the Ziegler shirt, man. I do. It's a little big. It's an old one. Shout out to Tommy on the Zig shirt, man. That's the thing, and too little too late, the whole thing. This team has really made strides defensively because it was a problem for a while. They were getting scored on a lot. They've actually almost evened it up. They have 85 goals, 491 against. Tells me that the defense has really locked up. That number is still high, one of the highest in the league, upper half. but they've made strides in their game. So now it's putting it all together. If they can put it all together, that changes things.
Hold on, Tommy's
Obviously.
calling me out again. Didn't we beat you? Listen, man, they were 1-goal games for game 1 and 2. Where were you game 3 when it was 7-1, man? Come on,
Listen,
you can't talk shit. You had no part of that. You had no
Listen,
part of that.
man, Cortez is way pettier than I am. I've shaved my beard on camera before, okay? So, like, just remember that. I can take my losses, right? Except when, SO has his number 1 overall pick flag out.
My point is goaltending had nothing to do with the
1-1
series. That is
game.
just, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on here, man. Let's get down to the Muffin Man. I didn't mean to skip them, but we were talking about Donnie's Diner. We were talking about Tide Pod, and they're playing tonight, so I just kind of made that transition. But you got the Muffin Men led by none other than OP Jelly. Hey, Agent, are you there, or are you doing backflips? No, you're there. Okay, cool. Do you know who you guys play tonight by chance?
Either AC or Kinky. I'm not sure which.
Okay, so basically, it's a series they should have. Anything less than 6 points versus either of those teams is no bueno. So really, they can really kind of get themselves up into that mix with 6 points tonight, because that puts them at 33 games, 36 points. They have to get it done. You got Brick City on the back end, who surprisingly has been quiet. There was a little buzz around Brick. And by the way, I'm an Alex Mora guy. Like, in case anyone knows, like, I think people think him and I hate each other. It's not the case, man. Like, we have an appreciation for one another. We get it. So there's always going to be that mutual respect. But he let it known earlier, hey, you're not going to win games if you don't practice. And he made that very known to his team out in the shout. And that's what he does, man. Like, that's how he is. He is a very vocal guy. This team is constructed and doesn't get enough credit. But I think that it's going to be a big factor. Ability needs to show up. And he needs to show up in a big way. 3.5 goals against average and a 73 save percentage, no matter how good or bad your D plays, is not getting it done.
And needs to show up for the show. Keep going.
Yeah, and needs to show up for the show. But he works 2 jobs. We'll cut him a break. Aiden works 2 jobs too, though. Here's the thing, man. Ability literally has to show up tonight. If he does not show up tonight, man, this could be a really, really bad deal for these guys because they need 6 tonight. You got BC Run on the back end. You got Brick City, Jelly, Nick, and Agent. This got to be 6 points tonight. And if it's not 6 points, it's a failed series. Even if it's 5 points, it's a failed series. I'm telling you how tight this thing is right now. Every point matters. Anything less than 5 tonight is an absolute fail. So
is now the time to tell you that our whole lineup's changing?
It's a weird time to do it. It's weird. It's a double-edged sword because you're playing what is considered to be 2 lesser teams. I have word too that AC will not be playing tonight. DC is getting ready to leave for vacation or work or something like that, so he'll be sliding in.
Yeah, I don't know if we play him or Kinky, so one of the two.
Yeah, well, DJ said in the chat you guys play him, and he's on AC's team, so.
Yeah. Yep,
so, you play AC's team tonight. So there's that. I'll send it to you first, Cortez, and I'll let Agent talk on his team. But is this a team? I think this is a team that can get in based on strength of schedule.
Yeah.
I think that, but this has got to be 5. I think it has to be 6 tonight, but I think 5 is the bar. So, is this a team based on schedule and what they have coming up that you really see kind of making it in here?
Well, here, Mark, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
Alex Morrow's going up the C spot.
Okay, so when I look at this team, I was someone a few weeks back that said they didn't really have that number 1 guy, and we ended up losing that series. So, no, like I said, I'm a person that I will eat my words. I'll admit when we played bad or we did something wrong, and that was a night that my team and I included, played poorly, and you guys showed that your offense can work. And I mean, I know it's changing up now with Brick going up, but that's never a bad thing that Brick goes up to forward. I don't know who goes back to defense. Most likely, in my opinion, out of the 3 there, it's you.
Agent.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably going to be you out of the 3. Okay, I don't know what's going on there then. That's a mess of its own.
Is it Bubba Man?
It's a mess.
Well, what's your lineup looking like? Can I hear it?
Me, Brick, Jelly up front, Bubba, and Renton in the back end.
So Nick's coming out of the lineup? Okay.
Right now.
Listen, I don't think that's the problem. I don't know if that's a Brick call or it's a Jelly call. I don't think that's the problem. Either way, the thing I was going to say is I like this offensive lineup because I know Nick well. Nick's a cycle kind of guy, and he'll shoot randomly from a spot. You're a kind of guy that knows the cycle game, but you'll shoot from a spot, and that puck will go in. Jelly's a guy that gets set up, give him the puck. I mean, every time he comes down the right side of the ice, does a curl towards the boards, comes back, and wants you to either chase him or pass it to somebody. Every time. So he's more of a setup guy, give him the puck and shoot. So, I mean, you guys have it. I think you guys, don't change the lineup. I think you guys can make the playoffs. And agreed, I think you need at least 5 points, if not 6.
This is what concerns me the most about what has just happened. You have BC Renton, who's a very aggressive defender. I think he has 110, 115 hits, okay, over 20-something games. Very aggressive. This scares me because Bubba Man is also very aggressive. And I don't know how much Bubba Man has actually been playing. I don't agree with the lineup change. I don't know the reasoning. It's whatever. I could see at this point in this, changing your lineup at this point in the season, I could see AC's team going out and getting a win tonight. I think it's going to be.
I was going to say they're no joke. I mean, AC is probably not in the lineup, but they're not a joke of a team. They can actually win a game for sure. Like, they're not bad.
I don't like that move by Jelly, and I think it's partly being a new captain. I think at this stage of the game, if you don't know your lineup, and this is something me and Brick went back forth on when he was on my team. It was if things weren't going good after one game, it was let's change it. I think at this point of the year, you need to know what your best lineup is, and I'm not sure that testing it in the games that you have to have is the time. What'd you say, Agent?
I think it's a thing of, I mean, we've tried different lineups for multiple series, practice games. We've practiced a lot this season trying to find a lineup that just grooves all around. You know, we've had Brick on defense, who's, when he's on D, he's a great D-man. He's really good. He's positionally sound. We've tried Renton at right D, Bubba at right D, switching between me and Nick at center. You know, so we've tried a bunch of different lineups. And
have you tried you? No, like real quickly, have you tried you back at D with Brick up front?
Nope.
Do you have D willing?
Yeah, I have everything willing.
So before, because I've seen you play defense, why aren't you an option for? Because I know you're a good defenseman. Like that's I don't. Why is Bubba Man the option and taking Nick out of the lineup?
I think it was going to be, and then I think what the decision was made is I think we're giving up the same goals against and whatever lineup we were throwing out there, whether it was Brick at lefty or me at lefty and either right or whatever. You know, I didn't play lefty like I said.
So that's just reevaluating the defensive play. I don't think taking someone out of the forward lineup to get those goals to put in a lesser defenseman there is the better move. Like
I think the mindset is possess the puck more and be in the offensive zone more to not give as many opportunities. Honestly.
Welcome to it, Pale Pony.
I don't know. It was obviously discussed between multiple people.
Look at this guy.
Pale. Hey!
What's happening? How you doing?
Pale.
Checking in from Wawa, man.
Wawa.
Are you in the gap? Okay, so by the way, people not from Jersey people don't pump their own gas. Somebody pumps it. Is that right, Pale? Like you have to pump the gas?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a lot. Dude, like they need a person to do it for them. Yeah.
And also in Jersey, this is fascinating. You can't make left turns, right? Right turns, right? Like you can't. Is it right or left? Is it right or left?
Yeah. Sometimes to make a left turn, you got to go on the right side and hit your jug handle.
Oh my God! Listen, man, no joke. True story. I was sitting back, slamming some Girl Scout cookies in the front seat of fucking Pale's car. And he's like, yeah, we can't make a fucking left here. I'm like, why not? He's like, well, you just can't turn left. I'm like, but there's a left right there. Why can't we take it? So, anyways, Pale, real quick, we're doing the Muffin Man. I know you're at work. Just slamming a 44-ounce fucking big gulp. Muffin Men, Brick City, they're changing the lineup, dude. Bubba Man on lefty, BC Renton on righty. You got freaking Jelly, Brick City, and Agent up front. Nick Greek pulled from the lineup. Do you like the move?
Who's lefty now? Bubba Man?
Bubba Man. Nick DeGreek out of the lineup.
Wow. Honestly, I could kind of see that coming. I thought that, Agent was going to be the one that moved to D. And then you'd leave Nick DeGreek in on left wing.
That's what we all said, too. That's exactly what we said.
But yeah, I mean, look, man, Brick's a player that can affect the game in a lot of ways, and from the center or deep position. So it's a change that they think that they got to make. So go after it.
It's crazy to me, man. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I really, really don't.
Real quick, though, Pale, just to let you know, we played the video clip of Dale shaving his beard off from season 3 at the beginning of the show.
Yep. We gotta do more bets like that on the media team. We should do that.
I agree, man. And that was kind of what I said in the opening. Like, that was season 3, man. That was when fire was real. Your team was obviously stellar that season. I came out looking like an 80s porn star. It was great for the league. It was awesome.
That's when shit talk was at its highest.
I know, man. I know, that was crazy. Pale was like new, dude. Like, he came in season 2, he joined media season 3, and then all of a sudden he's betting with XDALY for facial hair, and he comes out on top and wins the cup, man. It was sick. It was awesome at the time.
Was that video from season 3, or was that season 4?
I was gonna say it was season 4 when he actually
I
shaved
think that was Winter is Coming versus Boys, Boys, Boys.
That's what I thought too. That's exactly what I told him, and he was like, "No,
he
man,
did say that.
3.
I thought it was season 3, man.
I remember you doing it in season 4 because that was my first season here.
Okay, so you remember that bit?
Yes.
All right. Well, I apologize. It was season 4 when Fat Matt decided that he had to lose his beard to Pale. That was the thing.
Because that's when the Clancy shirts, not the Clancy shirts. What do you call your mustache again?
Dimitri.
That's when the Dimitri shirts idea. The Dimitri name came out, and the shirts came afterwards.
Listen, if you don't understand it, man, here at 239, we just, we get after it, man. We got punchlines, we got T-shirts, we got fucking one-off one-liners. That's how we do. I want to talk about Walker Texas Danglers and why the turnaround has happened for this team. And there's a certain name. A guy messaged me today, man. You guys know this guy. His name is Marine Mike. And Marine Mike is a big fan of the Throwdown. Marine Mike has been caught smoking cigarettes upside down on this very program. Marine Mike had something that he wanted me to tell the masses. He beat the In-Betweeners twice. Once on Pogs' team, and then after getting traded to the Danglers, he goes out and does it again. Beats the In-Betweeners, man, and Marine Mike is up here, and he wanted me to tell everybody. Hold on a second, man. I want to read this out loud because Mr. Michael Crick was heated. He said, I played them twice, once with Pogs and got traded to Walker's team and played them again my next series. I put them on a 5-game losing streak. First of all, you got traded to Walker's team. No, you got traded to Tom's team, named the Walker Texas Danglers. Mike, silly. But yeah, man, Marine Mike is the new goaltender of the Walker Texas Danglers. You've got Tom, Ozzy. It looks like Edge is playing a little bit up front or on the back end. It looks like Lord's being used on D. Gunny's getting some reps back there. Coop. This offense has really found it. Tom's averaging over 2 goals a game. Ozzy averaging over 2 points a game. This team has really, really made a turnaround here. But Pale, I don't know if you got a minute, man. But Pale's got to go pump some gas. That's commitment, man. Way to be on the Throwdown, man. I love it. But Fergie, Tom FTW's team's on a crazy run right now, man. They've worked themselves into a playoff, not position, but a good chance to make it. Do you think this is a team that ultimately has the roster to do so?
Honestly, it's another tough team. All these teams have been tough calls as to what they're going to get done. I just don't see Tom letting his team not make playoffs. A guy of that caliber is going to try anything or do anything he can to make it happen for him. So I don't know. It is an honest toss-up in the air to me. I think strength of schedule is going to depend, but they have beaten the in-betweeners just recently. So I don't know. It looks like the team headed the right direction right now. That's a tough question. I don't.
Too little, too late.
Little too late from Pale. Well, here's the thing, man.
No. I got. I think 7 locks for the playoffs right now.
He did call. I want to let everybody know he did call it. He did call it in our media chat.
Who's your 7?
I've got In-Betweeners, Bad Boys. Who's at the top right now? Peninsula Pirates.
Chile and Peninsula Pirates.
That's 4. 9-inch Males.
5. Cuties is 6.
Cuties, non-cane sensuals. That's 7.
So you're kind of in the realm, man. You got Ski Mask, Tide Pod, Muffin Men, Walker
called his
Texas
own
Danglers, and the Diner, and Read the Bio all fighting for one spot.
One spot.
It's crazy, man. It's been one of those years. So with Texas Danglers, man, I just to me again, they're too little, too late. They might be like the Diner, man, just too little, too late. They're actually leapfrogged the Diner, which is crazy. But yeah, man, it's just been a little bit too late, I think. And this goes to Read the Bio. Shout out to Brian with a Y, man. God, if that guy hasn't had the roughest of rough seasons. He's got, Earl getting Rule 1, his fucking goalie being a degenerate. I feel for him because he's a league guy. If you guys don't know, no Regretskis. He's all about the league, man. Can we talk about every team that Kyle Fernberg goes to immediately gets shit AIDS? Is that karma? No, seriously, is that karma for being the way you are? He was on Esso's team, they struggled all hell. He goes to Brian's team, shambles. He goes to fucking Tide Pod, I think they got swept last series. Is he a cancer? I say this right before our series too. Cortez hates this, but has anybody taken notice of that? But anyways, I'm all set. But I do want to do this. I want to shout out the Punishers, AC's team, just getting after it. Out there trying to produce, man. They got a tough series. They are trying to play spoiler on Muffin Men tonight, and that's why you play. You play for next season. You play for your draft stock for next season. Because remember, everybody, you don't know who's going to captain. You're always being scouted in this league. You never know. I would like to see it, man. I think it'd be crazy. I think that Muffin Men are trying a new lineup. I think it could backfire on them tonight with AC and the boys. And then shout out to Kinky Squad. I know they're still grinding over there, 5-19-3. They're trying, man. They're trying to get after it. So shout out to them. I know there's been some controversy, whatever, but hopefully they can get it done. Maybe play a little bit of spoiler on somebody. So, but we're there, man. We're up against it because said we're shutting it down early tonight. Cortez and I are going to go practice. But Pale, you got any last words, man, before we head out here, or what?
Nah, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm at work, and maybe I could make this a thing. Throw down for my gas kiosk. That'll be exciting.
Dude, we could call it the pill,
you
gas can.
You gotta bring your phone to one car one time and just get the person on camera. That'd be hilarious.
That would just absolutely be disgusting. You could pull that off. That'd be great. Like maybe a regular Pale. Okay, so you're pumping gas, whatever, and the same fucking guy, right? And you're like, oh man, I could totally get away with this. I think it would be epic just to get him on the Throwdown. But shout out to Pale, man. He's getting after the 44-ounce big gulp. He's eating some of those fucking are those peach rings?
Peach rings, yeah.
I know, man.
What a call.
Fat man right now.
Yeah, the middle is so small that Esso's penis can actually fit. It's like a cock ring for him.
It would fit, but it would.
Rings.
It's not long enough to make it through.
What?
It would fit, but it's not long enough to make it through.
Yep, there you go. Perfect example. So, Fergie, I was going to ask you if you wanted something on the way out, but is that what you're going with?
Leave it at that.
Okay. Cortez, man. Big series tonight. What do you got?
I'm excited for the series tonight. Thank you both. Thank you, Pale, making for the show. Thank you to Agent for coming on as well. We're happy to bring you guys out the Throwdown. We're happy to keep it going. Sorry we are cutting it early. Our team does need a little bit more dedication from Daly and I, especially on Thursdays, because we seem to have a series every Thursday. So we need to help them out a little bit in this tight playoff race. But thanks for coming out tonight. Show will be available on YouTube if you missed it. Yeah, we got to go practice. Yeah, I know. The show will be available on the YouTube channel within an hour after this. So.
Okay, so obviously we stream through Twitch, but we're still uploading to YouTube later on, so you'll be able to see it then and there. On my way out here, man, shout out to all the teams still grinding. Shout out to all the teams still playing. SO, if you're watching, Freddie Freeman's 4 for 4 with a home run. So,
how's Joey Votto?
Joey Votto's the man, dude. I'm gonna wear my Votto shirt every week because he hates him.
That Billy Hamilton, where's he at, man?
Fuck. Do you know that motherfucker almost bought me a Billy Hamilton jersey? He almost spent $150 to troll me. He is the biggest fucking troll on the planet. I would have taken that Billy Hamilton jersey. I would have returned it to the online vendor and been like, how could you even think about ripping people off by actually having this available for fucking purchase. You should be ashamed for yourselves. Your kids should be ashamed of you, and you should seriously rot in hell. Like, seriously. So on that note, that's what I'm ending with. And that this has been another edition of Thursday Throwdown. As always, I am your host, X to the D to the A to the L to the Y. Everybody in front of me in the standings, I hope you lose. Have a good night.
Give him a shocker, boys.